In 3, 2.
I cut.
Congratulations, graduates of Spring 2021. First, I'd like to start by saying thank you to the faculty, staff, family, and friends who have given us the endless encouragement and support throughout this journey. You have helped mold us into who we are today, and the gratitude for all of you is truly indescribable. As I look back to the beginning of this journey, things were much different than they are today. I'm sure no one has ever imagined graduating during a pandemic. I know I sure haven't. However, with determination, flexibility, and perseverance, we've made it. The hard work and dedication will never be forgotten. We have conquered adversity, and we did it fearlessly. We have a new way of seeing the world and how to overcome challenges and turmoil. We will have stories to tell our children and our grandchildren about the accomplishments we have made during the most uncertain times of our lives. To my fellow nursing graduates, we now get the beautiful opportunity to bring the light to someone else's darkness. We have a special gift, a gift that encompasses empathy, compassion, care, and love. And now is the time to share that gift. I ask you to look back and reminisce about everything you have done to make it to where you are today. Take a minute and think about all of the memories, laughter, and even the tears. I know for many of us, we have sacrificed endlessly. We spent time away from our family and friends, took time away from work, and have spent countless hours studying. It is now time to take pride in all that we have achieved. We all should be so proud of ourselves. We have worked so hard for this. Today, we are standing at the threshold of the next phase of our lives. We are at a new beginning where we have the opportunity to make a difference, give back, continue growing, and to flourish in our future endeavors. Now is the time to have faith in how far we can go from here. Congratulations again to the spring graduates of 2021. We have finally made it.
At Kent State Ashtabula. Like many students, I had a plan. I would take these classes this semester, then the next sequence of classes next semester, and then eventually figure out how to fit in those other classes before the final semester came. At first, everything was going to plan. Classes were going well, and I was about to start my nursing program in the summer. Then the pandemic began. In-person classes were suspended, and labs and clinicals were transitioned to an online format. At that point, everyone that is here today had a choice to make: turn back or keep going. Classes would be harder, finances tighter, friends and family may become ill. But if we could hang on just a little bit longer, we could finish. We could actually graduate. So we pushed on. One class at a time, we kept going. We would not quit. Everything was different and definitely not what we had planned for. But we were also able to develop deeper relationships with our classmates and teachers. That child running into the room to ask their mom a question and then waving to everyone on the computer screen, or that family pet that popped their head in just to say hi, was what we needed to bring a little extra joy to our virtual classes. We were able to overcome the obstacles that were thrown at us and make it to where we are today. So what's next? For some, it may be interviews to achieve the job they've dreamed of for years. For others, it may be taking a break and spending time with friends and family. Still others may already have their career choices solidified and will jump right into their jobs after graduation. Life, it seems, is slowly returning to normal. Now, I'm not saying that it will be easy. If anything, for many it will be harder. But we have an advantage. We have made it this far. One step at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time. We can do it because we have already done it. So do not look at the past and see all of the struggles simply as the hardships we were forced to endure, but look to the future and know that with the same determination and perseverance, we can conquer whatever challenges life has for us next. Congratulations, graduates. You've earned this.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Dean Stocker and Kent State staff for the opportunity to share my experience, strength, and hope with my fellow classmates and spectators on this glorious day of commencement. Congratulations, class of 2021. We made it. Some of you sprinted, some of you paced yourselves, and well, some of us crawled across the finish line. Nevertheless, we are here today to acknowledge and celebrate our achievements and to honor the special people that are closest to our hearts who have supported us throughout our journey. My journey might be a little bit different, or maybe a lot, than most of you here, but we all have a story to tell. I walked through the doors of Kent State in 2011. That was 10 years ago. I attended full-time for 2 years, and then I hit a brick wall that crumbled and continued to spiral. You see, 5 years ago, my parents and my 4 children had accepted the reality that they would soon have to plan my funeral. I was caught in the grips of a devastating heroin and cocaine addiction and was dying from a very rare and chronic autoimmune disease called Wegener's. Nursing students, look it up. With nothing else to lose besides my life and everything to gain, I asked God for one more chance at life, and He answered. The door opened as I re-entered treatment and started on a journey that I never in a million years would have thought would bring me to this day, speaking transparently to a crowd full of fellow graduates. This was made possible through, number one, my personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Many, many prayers and so much support from family, extended spiritual family, friends, an amazing recovering community, PCG and the City Church families, therapists, doctors, self-help groups, community supports including ABC Daycare, Catholic Charities, AMHA, and the YMCA. And last but not least, my employer and coworkers at Glen Bay Hospital. I have been able to reestablish a meaningful life in multiple years of sobriety, a life filled with purpose and the ability to achieve my goals and dreams. Through regular treatments and medication, I have been in remission from my Wegener's from over 3 years. I have meaningful and healthy relationships in my life. I learned how to pay off debt and budget my money, which led me to being able to purchase my first home. Out of public housing and into my own home, which brings me to today, completing my associate degree in human services under the guidance of Professor Joan Stile. Thank you, Joan, for all of your teachings and wisdom that you so graciously and humbly shared with us. You have helped shape me into a compassionate and skilled professional that is looking forward to serving our community with integrity, dignity, and respect. I share these achievements to spread hope that anything is possible. My story has gone from one of complete destruction, desperation, and darkness to a beautiful journey of self-discovery, healing, and growth. To my parents, Joe and Karen German, thank you for everything. You have been my solid rocks. Thank you for never giving up on me. And to my 4 amazing children, Sam, Timmy, Julia, and Rocky, thank you for your unconditional love and support. And to my fellow classmates, redefining ourselves and reimagining our future is a fundamental part of the undergraduate experience. We have sown many seeds of sacrifice, commitment, and determination. We have worked so diligently in the midst of a global pandemic. Although things look a lot different than anything we've experienced before, the road ahead of us is bright, it's hopeful, and the harvest is plenty. Whether this is the final destination or if you plan to attend graduate school, continue on this journey called life with your head held high and your sights set higher. Live boldly and love deeply. Keep your heart wide open to receive all the blessings that you have worked so hard for. Tonight, we are not only daughters and sons, mothers, fathers, friends, or recovering addicts. We are Kent State graduates. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Hi, I'm Nick Pizzai, and I am so proud to be here representing the Hospitality Management Program for Kent State. Mandy Ulickney and Scott Trabuzzi, thank you so much. I love saying this, but I wouldn't have it any other way, so thank you guys. COVID this year took a lot away from us, especially in hospitality. Our events were canceled, and we had to start from scratch. You know, we couldn't even see each other in class anymore, and that was heartbreaking. What we do, you know, dealing with people, taking those people away from us, you know, that's just, you know, we just had to deal with it and figure it out, you know, just like we all had to do. You know, COVID did take a lot of things away from us, but it also gave us a lot too, you know, little things that we used to take for granted, you know, with spending time with family. We got more time. We got more time to be with our loved ones and, you know, really kind of, you know, reflect and, you know, be grateful for that. I remember my daughter Chloe, she will be 13 this year, so she started 7th grade, and she was remote, you know, and my first, you know, day of the semester I was remote, and so we were at the dining room table together on our first day of school together. So, you know, she probably didn't appreciate it as much as me, but it was great, you know, sharing that with her, and it's something, you know, I'll never forget. Just the little thing, you know, but you know, it meant a lot to me. You know, I struggled, you know, in high school and after high school with addiction. I have that addictive personality, and that's, you know, those were just the cards I was dealt, and I have to deal with it. So, you know, you know, in high school and after high school, I liked, you know, alcohol, you know, and drugs, and that it really took over, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good road. I lost relationships, and everything that I loved was, you know, slowly just went away. And, you know, it wasn't till they sentenced me to a year in jail, in the county jail, that I, you know, even then I was still kind of feeling sorry for myself, and, you know, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just, you know, just trying to have fun and feel good. But, you know, I just couldn't wrap my head around being in there for a year. And when everything is taken away from you, just similar to what COVID did, you know, you step back and you realize what's really important. So it wasn't too long where I figured it out. I'm like, you know, I'm just giving up 1 year of my life, and it's over. It's finally over, you know, to get the whole rest of my life back. And I'll never forget that moment. And it just, you know, it's with me. And, you know, despite, you know, everything that I love being taken away, you know, I realized what was important. My family, you know, Katie, Chloe, my dad, and my mom, you know, and they had never left from the beginning. They were still there. So what I tried to do was, you know, I'm always going to have an addictive personality. That's just the way it is, you know. So why not turn that addiction into something positive and become addicted to things like, you know, family and school, and, you know, I started my own business, you know, just become addictive to take advantage of it, and not, you know, not hide from it, not try to change myself, but take advantage of it. and you know, just become addicted to success. And it worked. It was crazy enough to work, and it was you know, so today I sit here, and you know, we're all here, and you know, we just graduated, and I have 6 years of sobriety, and I feel good. I feel good about it, and I'm just honored to be asked to do this. And it was just, you know, something I never thought would happen, but it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. So, you know, I'm studying hospitality, and you know, I started pit-sized flooring. So you know, a lot of people, you know, they're kind of confused, like, you know, what does hospitality and restaurants and hotels have to do with construction? You know, what are you doing? Your concepts don't line up, you know. So, you know, what I try to do is, you know, I went to Kent here for 2 semesters after I graduated high school. And, you know, I was just kind of going with the flow, you know, and I had other things on my mind, and it didn't work out, obviously. But I was working at the Ashtabula Country Club. It was where Martini's is now. And I was a dishwasher there, and one of the girls there, she had a intro to hospitality book. And I talked to her about it, and, you know, she goes, yeah, this is pretty cool. You know, you can, you know, a lot of different things you can do with it. So that's what I signed up for originally, you know, 12 years ago when I first started. And when I came back, I didn't really, you know, I knew that I wanted a degree, you know, that's all I knew. I just wanted a degree. So I'll just keep going for hospitality, you know, and I didn't meet Mandy or Scott, you know, before or prior. So I just met them this time around, and I had switched up some of my classes, and met them right off the bat, took my hospitality classes. The whole restaurant and, you know, hotel, and, you know, that it's a good business to be in, but the customer service part of it was really what was attractive to me. So, you know, when I first came back, I was working for a painting company, and Louis, I definitely want to thank him. He's played a huge role in my life. You know, just he showed me how to run a business, and you know, he kind of got me going. You know, he was very supportive when I left, starting my own thing. So I definitely want to thank Louis. Louis had this incredible way with people, and, you know, they were comfortable with him being in their house, you know, painting, and, you know, they're at work and we're in their house, and they felt good about it. You know, the customers felt good, and that's what I wanted to bring to, you know, flooring or construction, light construction. You know, because my dad worked construction his whole life, and you know, so I knew that, you know. So with hospitality, combining the two, you know, to where, you know, you offer that high level customer service with construction, I just ran with it. And you know, I'm not in the restaurant business or the construction business. I'm in the people business, and that's where I wanted to go with it, and it's worked, and I'm gonna keep going. So, you know, I come to people, and you know, some great people that I met here. First of all, I want to thank Dean Stalker, of course, for this honor, letting me speak to everybody. Thank you so much. Aaron Franklin, my advisor, and Lisa Jackson, you know, they've always, you know, pointed me in the right direction. Christy Call, she is my cousin, you know, and she also worked in the front office, so that worked out. That couldn't have worked out better for me. But, you know, just Daryl Uphull, Carrie Lockmuller, Bradley Kiefer, David Pruzik, Evalia. I spent a lot of time in this lunchroom, and you know, something with lunch ladies, you know, we just get each other, you know, and that Evalia. Thank you for always being there for us every single day, a couple times a day. Of course, Mandy and Scott, you know. I just can't thank you enough. I just couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine going through this without you, and for some reason, I don't think this is the end for us. So, you know, just be prepared for that. I'm looking forward to it. So, Thank you so much. We did it. We're here. And we will be unstoppable. Thank you.
In 3, 2.
I cut.
There is a replacement battery if this goes at any point on the bottom shelf, but Kevin has been trained in how to change it. So you can just, if there's panic, it shouldn't go out. I don't think it will, but you never know. So we got a backup 9 volt.
Okay. Good evening. Please stand for the national anthem. Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Spring 2021 Kent State University at Ashtabula Commencement Ceremony. Hello to all the family and friends who are watching on live stream this evening. I'm Dr. Susan Stocker, the Dean and Chief Administrative Officer of Kent State University at Ashtabula. Thank you. Seated beside me is our Assistant Dean, Kevin Deemer. The mace bearer tonight is Dr. Brian Jones, the chair of the Ashtabula Campus Faculty Council. Thank you, Dr. Jones, for your service and leadership as the chair of the Faculty Council. I would also like to acknowledge the leadership, support, and financial assistance provided by the Ashtabula Area College Committee. The white floral arrangement beside me is in honor of those who we've lost this year. Former Dean Paul Reichert and his wife Edith, senior guest student and friend to many, Saad Assad. Local, longtime businessman and community supporter, George Schubiggy. Rick Sellup, a member of the Kent State University Foundation Board, community member, and champion for higher education and generous friend. William Bud Hill, past recipient of the Ashtabula Area College Committee Community Service Award and advocate for our Rising Scholars Program. And Arnie Esterer, owner of Marker Vineyards, icon of the local wine industry and supporter of our viticulture and enology programs. And we also remember those friends and family members who passed away this past year from COVID-19. Now let me turn to those who are here to be honored tonight, our graduate. I've lost count of how many commencement ceremonies I've attended over the years. But tonight's ceremony is special. I want to take a minute to just take it all in. Let me be the first to congratulate you on this major milestone in your lives. I know that tonight has not come without sacrifice. To be graduating tonight, completing a degree during a pandemic is nothing short of amazing. One day we were open, and the next day we were closed. Those of you with children found yourselves studying remotely right alongside your children. You were also challenged to be the teacher for your children as well. Many of you had been working part-time or full-time, and some of you lost your jobs or lost family income. So you had that income, a burden of losing that income. I also know the social isolation was difficult. And to top it off, the fear and anxiety of actually contracting COVID added to your fears and anxieties. But yet you persevered. Congratulations. And thank you to the parents, grandparents, children, spouses, significant others, friends and family who supported you. Congratulations to you, and thank you. And the faculty were challenged to find new ways of teaching. Along with the graduates, I would like to extend my appreciation to the faculty who worked tirelessly to create a new learning environment for our students. Thank you. As our graduates processed in tonight, you may have noticed that some of them were wearing red, white, and blue cords. Those are our student veterans. I'd like to ask you, those of you wearing those red, white, and blue cords to please stand. Thank you for your service to our country. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Faculty Council Chair, Dr. Brian Jones.
Thank you, Dean Stocker. When your program is called, will the candidates for that degree please stand and remain standing? The candidate for the Bachelor of Technical and Applied Studies. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. The candidate for the Bachelor of Business Administration. The candidates for the Associate of Applied Science and Radiologic Technology. The candidates for the Associate of Applied Science in Nursing.
The candidates for the Associate of Applied Science and Human Services. The candidate for the Associate of Applied Science and Enology. The candidate for the Associate of Applied Business in Office Technology. The candidates for the Associate of Applied Business and Accounting Technology. The candidates for the Associate of Science. Dean Stalker, on behalf of the faculty of the Ashtabula campus of Kent State University and representing the faculty of the Kent campus, I am pleased to certify the candidates for the associate and bachelor's degrees of their respective programs. These candidates have satisfied all requirements for the listed degrees and determined by their academic departments. Thank you.
Under the laws of the state of Ohio and by designation from the Kent State University Board of Trustees, I confer upon you each the degree for which you have been certified, admitting you to all the rights and privileges which throughout the world pertain to those degrees. So I think you probably all noticed that the Big East was having a track and field event outside when you came in. So I thought, you know, we're in the track and field building, so we're gonna have you come up by fours, and I'm gonna give one of you the diploma cover, and then station the rest of you around the building, and you can run a relay and pass the diploma cover on to the next person. Just kidding. Okay, so seriously, first of all, I'm going to apologize because ordinarily I would hand you the diploma cover and shake your hand, but we're not shaking hands tonight, which is going to be difficult. But, okay, so when Assistant Dean Deemer reads your name, you'll come forward. I will give you your diploma cover, and then you'll move over and get your picture taken, and then return to your seats. And you can take your masks off when you get your picture taken, unless you want to commemorate graduating during a pandemic. Okay.
They're okay to sit? Oh, no. You can be seated.
Sorry.
The Associate of Science, Riley Dickey. Jeff Hewlings. Mason Sweeney. The Associate of Applied Business in Accounting Technology, Allison Dick Kelsey. Rebecca Thompson. James Wiley.
the Associate of Applied Business in Office Technology, Jessica Powers, with distinction. The Associate of Applied Science in Enology, Dorothy Martin, with distinction. The Associate of Applied Science in Human Services, Casey Colvin. Tyler Diaz. Amanda Good. Tessa Hansen, with distinction. Jennifer German, with distinction. Morgan Laird. The Associate of Applied Science in Nursing, Kayla Beckwith. Brianna Brown. Allison Carmona Macedo. Courtney Coe. Aaron Damron. Megan Dombrowski. Carolyn Garcia. Brittany Gattarello. Emily Hunt. Brian Houston, with distinction. Imanpreet Kaur. Caitlin McDonald. Lindsay O'Donnell. Rebecca Ryman. Grace Wadsworth. Grace Yang. The Associate of Applied Science in Radiologic Technology, Joshua Christall. Ann DeWalt. Taylor Fetters. George Hall. Sierra Harvey. Leanna Mansky. Shaylin Riddle. Morgan Smith. Mackenzie Taylor with distinction. Cynthia Uhas. Christopher V. Hill. Cassandra West. Jordan Whitman. Georgia Woodworth. The Bachelor of Business Administration, Whitney Cheyenne Smith Obhoff. The Bachelors of Science in Hospitality Management, Kara Norman. Nicholas Pizzi, cum laude. The Bachelors of Science in Information Technology, Devin Hanna, magna cum laude. Zachary Staher, cum laude. And the Bachelor of Technical and Applied Studies, Maria Rivera.
Graduates, please stand. Let's give them all a round of applause. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. You may move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your mortarboards. Congratulations again. You may be seated. Before we close tonight, I want to thank the staff at Spire for letting us use this facility. I want to thank you to the 4 students who taped our commencement speeches tonight. And if you didn't get a chance to see those, I want to encourage you to go to our website and watch those speeches. Before we close, I want to thank the staff for all the work they put into moving things from the campus to Spire and setting things up. An extra shout out to my assistant, Becky Harvey. Following the ceremony, we're going to have the graduates process out first, and you'll be led directly outside. We ask that the guests remain seated, and you'll be dismissed by section. Again, we ask that you meet your graduates outside. Again, I'm so pleased that we could have an in-person commencement. Thank you for your cooperation in following the COVID-19 protocols. So I'd ask that everybody please stand for the playing of our alma mater.